handle the truth. Truth.
What's good, everybody?
What's up? How everybody doing?
Happy, you know what today is.
St. Patrick's Day. If you celebrate, you celebrate. If you don't, you don't. Just have a good time. I know a lot of people got to work tomorrow, so a lot of people celebrated yesterday. But either way, it is what it is. Life keeps going.
I celebrate St. Patrick's Day pretty much all through the year. I usually drink green beers.
You drink any beer.
Yeah.
If it's on tap, he drinking it.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
How y'all doing? I'm Calvin. It's Dawn.
We're gonna give y'all some truth tonight about politics, because there's things that's going on in politics that, for one, we're not paying attention to, and for two, the ones that are paying attention is really tanking the Democratic Party. But I can understand why. So let's talk about some truths. We'll start off with the truth about that jerk and the things he's trying to do with the pardons. Tell the people.
Remember, these are our opinions, nobody else's opinions. You're free to look up anything we talk about and form your own opinion. But for right now, the first thing I popped up to this morning, and I think a lot of people popped up to this morning, was the fact that 47 wanted to
46 and a half, whatever you want to call them.
wanted to delete all of Joe Biden's pardons, which really can't happen. It really doesn't happen, and we understand the factors that go with that. That if they received the pardon is legit. If they didn't receive it, then you got a little leeway. If you go back in history and look up a few other dudes that didn't got their pardon revoked, it was because of some old other stuff. But as a president, you're focusing on the wrong things. Them, the Republican Party, focusing on the wrong thing. They're here to increase unemployment, basically, because I look at it like that. And things that need to be addressed are not being addressed. And I'm gonna get right here with the Democratic Party. Chuck Schumer, you a sucker.
I don't know how he went ahead and voted with the bill. I understand keeping the government open. Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of friends that work for the government, so I get it. Keeping the government open. But you have to sometimes look at it as either I'm going to vote across party lines to keep the government open, or I'm going to go ahead and stand firm, so this way we'll make them make concessions to some of the things that we want out of that bill. Like, there's a lot of things in that bill that's foolish, and they're really trying to tear down Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. And the crazy thing is, here's some truth for you. Even if they were to cut all of that out, that still would not make up for the deficit that they're going to put us in by giving these $1 trillion of tax cuts to the upper 1% of America.
So what we have here, and I'm gonna say it, people are not really paying attention. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel as though this is true. March Madness, trade deadlines, the NFL, NBA playoffs. The real important facts are what's the government doing to everyday working people. Granted, I'm a big sports fan. I'm an NFL fan all day. I like March Madness. I like NBA. But there's nothing more important than the American people. Black, white, green, yellow, or purple. Getting shafted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every day this dude comes up with an executive order to do something that doesn't matter. The first thing, he wants to erase people of color completely. Like, we don't exist. Like, I'm going to say it so you can understand it. The white male is the dominant species, and that's what they want to be. And they want to erase us altogether. They want to act like we had no part of anything. Understand that.
Here's the thing. They're not the dominant race. That's the problem. They want you to think that they are, but they're not. And because they're not, it's like that guy with the little man syndrome. He drives the biggest truck. He drives the biggest truck. Why? Because he's the smallest person.
He's 4'2".
So he want to get out the biggest truck, drive the fastest car, be the loudest person in the room because he's small. That's what they're doing right now.
Let me ask you something. How many ever looked up what a dictator is? I mean, this right here affects everybody. Everybody that's below the billionaire, millionaire status, it's going to affect.
Like I saw a post on Threads, and a guy was holding up a sign that said, "They want us to be at odds with each other. Don't let them win."
Right, I believe that.
They literally will put all of the middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class, they'll put us all against each other. They pit us against each other so that while we're fighting, they're doing things to change things to make themselves richer, and we're ignoring it because we're sitting there fighting with each other.
And you're right, because let's face it, Elon fired any investigator that was investigating.
That was investigating him.
The FAA is the leader of the FAA resigned before Trump took office because SpaceX exploded and created some problems, and he was on them. The problem is there had to be checks and balances, and Trump is trying to skirt Congress by these executive orders. Y'all aren't paying attention. It's going to hit home. It's going to hit home base, and y'all aren't paying attention. Listen. Let me explain this to you. Us as African Americans, black folk, we lived through slavery. We lived through hard times. We know what rough look like. We know what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna tell you something. When Whoopi said what she said on The View, she said, "I seen this before." You gotta understand, it wasn't me that saw it. It was my parents, my parents' parents. We've been through this. We know what racism looks like in 3D. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, we aren't focusing as a people on what we're doing. Listen, I like Hakeem, I like Schumer, but we need the AOCs and the Jasmine Crockett's on the front of this thing to spark off. Y'all want to downplay Jasmine and AOC about how they speak and how to, but we're not getting the old regime. Schumer's 74 years old. He's the old guard. Hakeem, black man, I'm gonna back him to the end. But we need the fire. We need the spark. Guess what? If we need a spark, sometimes you need to take a hit to make shit happen. And guess what? If shutting down the government went what it was going to be, besides giving Trump too much power or whatever, it is what it is. And I understand he's looking out for the American people. But I know a lot of American people, and I'm going to say this with the whole heart. If a president offers you some money, y'all are gonna fall right into the trap.
Yeah, this whole $5,000.
Whether it's 5,000, 7,000, 8,000, and at the end of the day, that's not what we fight for. We're fighting for the end game. Y'all want to fight for temporary gratification. That's bullcrap.
It's so this $5,000 carrot that they're waving in front of everybody's face. I get it. Everybody's hurting. What they gonna buy you? A couple of cartons of eggs? Like you ain't getting much for that $5,000 if you get it, because they're gonna make you jump through a whole lot of hoops just to get that $5,000. And then if you notice, he gonna do like he did last time. He gonna make sure that his name's on the bottom of the check. He's not even the one that's supposed to sign the check. It's supposed to be the Treasury Secretary.
Right.
He's not even supposed to, but he'll make sure that his name is signed on the bottom of the check, so everybody's like, "Oh, Trump did this for." He ain't doing nothing for you. For every 5,000 he gives, he's giving $1 billion to the upper 1%. That little $5,000 means nothing.
Let me ask y'all a question. If you got a billionaire talking about waste and fraud, but yes, he's making more than $1 billion, working with the government, where's the win? Somebody tell me where the win is. He's gonna win. We're gonna lose. He's stealing money right in front of our eyes. Because guess what? The 0.16% that he's laying off don't even scratch the surface.
No. No. All of the money that they said that they found, they haven't found. If you go to, there's a whole damn website, and if you watch that website daily, they'll change the numbers constantly. So, like for example, the 8 billion that they had to change to 8 million, and they never said anything else about it.
Or worse, 800,000.
Right. I'm telling you, just pay attention. That's all. So let's talk about some good truths. Let's talk about some.
Okay, let's go.
We don't want to down all the people.
All right, let's go.
Target has lost a lot of their money. That's a good truth. They've lost quite a few million. And if you look at their stock, it's steadily plummeting. Why? Because they forgot who pays their bills.
Let's talk about a good truth. The people that voted for Trump and they're going to these town hall meetings, they realizing they fucked around and found out. And it's getting scary. It's so scary that Republicans don't want to hold town hall meetings.
No, they don't.
Because they in my opinion, I'm gonna say it mine, they've been bought off. And I think some of the Democrats been bought off, because there ain't no way 10 Democrats are gonna vote to pass this bill. Somebody getting greased. And you know, Elon spent $218 million to get Trump the presidency. Come on, people. Let's wake up. I don't care what tax bracket you're in. You got people out here that need to survive and live on an everyday basis. And they should be afforded the ability to live like that.
It's starting to hurt people. And see, we're still in the first quarter of the year. So they like the jobs report hasn't come out for January, February, March yet. Next month, when the jobs report come out, and unemployment is at an all-time high because all of these government employees have lost their job, people are going to start paying attention. When the money that people used to make and used to be able to pay the taxes for their state, when they're no longer making that money, you're going to see the difference. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Yeah.
Just stand by and wait.
I'm going to ask a question. How happy can you be for somebody 10 years on a job, probationary, whatever? They paying bills, they got kids, they putting kids through college and everything. And a dude that has nothing, was not voted, not elected in, or anything, comes through and say, hey, you're no longer needed. So now, your house you done bought, because you work every day, you go to work, you're a productive member of society. And this dude decides you're not. You're stealing or whatever. But guess what? Somebody gave you that salary. Somebody saw that you were worth that. And he determines, off of no merit at all, none. He don't know you from a can of paint, that you're not worth your salary. You understand what I'm saying?
Here's another
Listen,
truth.
it can happen. You're not worth your salary because he said so. Doge. I call bullshit. Because guess what? At the end of the day, these are people, these are families, these are people that got to take it out. I don't care whether they voted for Trump or not. There's certain stuff that should not happen.
So here's another truth about that whole probationary, the employees that's on the probationary period. Everybody was like, oh, well, this is somebody that just got their job. Negative. If you got a promotion to another position, you're still on probation for 6 months in that new position. You're considered a probationary employee at that point.
Right.
So they're firing people that's got 10, 15 years on the job.
That's not probation.
Because they're on probation for their new position.
Right.
Not probation
Okay.
for the federal government. So they're sitting there going, oh, these are probationary employees. They're not. There was this one lady who moved from, I want to say it was Nebraska. She moved to D.C. for her new position. But in her new position, she was probationary. They fired her.
Oh. And I also saw a lady that took
Or later off.
I hear you. I also read a story where a lady she was a nurse. And the VA moved her and her family out there. This is right at the beginning of the situation with Doge and everything. You know, her family, she ready to move to the house. She gets down there, they said her position doesn't exist anymore. Now, I know there's a lot of racists out there. There's a lot of people that feel a certain way about DEI or whatever, and I hate DEI for real. I do, because guess what? If I'm qualified for the job, I should get the job. DEI shouldn't. It's an unfortunate world that they have to put rules in place to make sure everybody gets an equal shot at a job.
Well, right, you shouldn't have to. But for a very long time, the only people that was considered qualified
Was the white man?
was white males.
Right.
So then they had to put DEI in place to level the playing field. And I know we talked about this on the last show, and we ain't gonna beat y'all with the same facts over and over again. The majority of the people that benefited from DEI was white women. It wasn't black women, it wasn't black men, it wasn't Asians. As a matter of fact, Asians have only benefited, I think it was like 4.8% of DEI was Asians was benefited from. Like, what everybody needs to do is take a pause and read. Like, read some stuff. Put the phone down, unless you on the internet and you reading something on the internet. Put the phone down, get off of social media, and just take a moment and read some things. We need to start with the Constitution.
And
We can kind of work from that point.
They don't.
But most people, honestly, and a crazy thing, and this is an actual fact, this is true. Most Americans can't pass the test that immigrants have to pass to become citizens. Most Americans cannot pass that test because we don't know nothing about our rights. Now, I don't know. I think white folk are born with that embedded in their DNA because they know their rights backwards, forwards, and upside down. But we don't.
Can I say something? White folks I hate to say it, and I'm not that dude. And I know a lot of dudes in every complex, every kind of. But white mean right.
But it does. So it doesn't have to be that way if you know your rights.
Listen.
And you know how to speak to someone. You don't have to yell. If you know your rights, you can shut certain situations down.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. But if we've seen many a video, many a TikTok, where a Karen, white, privilege, walks up to a black man, you can't be here. We saw the young man in Miami, in Florida, he walking through the neighborhood, and the dude pulled up on him. What are you doing here? Not to say that his moms and pops can't be doctors and lawyers and he lived down here. The fact that he's a black man walking through the neighborhood. Let's be clear here. Racism exists still.
Racism does still exist, and there's certain things you just can't get around. You can't avoid. But here's the thing: if you know your rights, you don't have to yell, you don't have to argue, you don't have to scream. Because once you do that, once you raise your voice and you're sitting there trying to argue your point, you're losing.
Okay, let me say this: we both got young black males and sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
We are the only race that has a conversation with our young black males about how to deal with police or white people. Am I lying?
No, you're not. But here's the thing. What we have to teach our children is something that white kids know off rip. You don't have to sit there and yell. Yes, you want to make your hands visible. I don't care what color you are. You reach for something, a cop is gonna put a hot one in you. They ain't gonna wait to see a gun. Because at the end of the day, their job is to get home to their family the same way yours is. But if you sit there and you speak your rights, you don't have to argue and yell.
So let me say this, and I hear where you're coming from. I'm coming from the face of really doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on point, having to deal with it, and, you know, like real live 3D in your face type issues. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you honestly, for what I did, listen. Some things dudes deserve, and I'm not talking on the murder or the whatever. If you do a crime, you do the bit, bop, bop, bop. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if I tell you and you want to play with me, and I say, at the end of the day, every officer, black, white, green, yellow, they want to go home to their families. Then.
Absolutely.
But if I'm gonna beg and plead because I don't know. I know me. I don't ever want to have to pull the trigger unless I got to.
Mm-hmm.
But you got some people that have no doubt, no qualms about it. And if you don't have a respect for human life, you ain't got respect for nothing. Now, I said human, not color.
Yeah, but if you let's say, for example, you get pulled over. There's no yelling. There's no I'm not gonna do this. Can you tell me why I've been pulled over?
I'm 100. I've been pulled over, and it depends on your geographic area where you get pulled over. That's crazy, and I know y'all gonna look at me crazy, but I got pulled over in Tawnytown, going through the turnabout. I ain't even up to 12 miles an hour. Boop, boop, boop. When I was in Tawnytown, I was like this. Boop, lights on, boop, because guess what? I'm in Tawnytown.
Turn your interior lights on.
I'm in Tawnytown. Anybody know what Tawnytown, Maryland is? I'm not playing with these cats up here. Boom. Give him my information, blah, blah, blah. We have a conversation. He's like, all right, cool. You good, boom, boom, boom. But in my mind, I'm like, yo, I was doing 12. You go through a turnabout too fast, you're going to spin the car over a record. I'm like, shh. That, to me, it's a couple of things up there. Because, Tawnytown's a slow spot. They ain't got nothing else better to do. And I was driving a S430 Mercedes-Benz, tinted out with wheels on it. But I went up there to see a dude that I work with for his retirement party. White guy. That's the way it was. But yet I got pulled over in Baltimore City. Boom, wife with me. Boom, drop the windows. I look at things to do and make everybody comfortable. I don't want no issue. Drop the window. He come over. I show him my stuff. He's like, yeah, I just want to let you know, because I made him comfortable. Your ID, hey, your tail light out. Bet. He's like, yo, make sure you take care of that. Boom, boom, boom. Gave me the little whatever. Boom, and it was gone. It's geographical areas, though. I'm telling you, like, yo, certain places I was like, this is 2025, and it's still areas you got to take precaution on how you roll with these cats.
Let me tell you, I got pulled over in Winchester?
Winchester Park?
Huh?
Winchester Park down here?
No, Winchester, Maryland.
Oh, I don't know. Where the hell is that?
It's up 30, like going towards Pennsylvania. Like Manchester's over there, whatever that area.
Once again, it's a geographical area.
So, and I was in the wrong. I was speeding. I was definitely fucking speeding. Like it was no doubt about it. When he pulled me over, made my hands visible, because my back windows was tinted, my front was. I was in an SUV, so my back windows was tinted, my front wasn't. Rolled the windows down, turned on the lights inside the car. Like you said, everybody's comfortable. Everybody's comfortable. He sees nobody else is in my car but me. He's not fidgety. As for my license, I said, my license is in my back pocket. Is it okay if I reach for my license in my back pocket? Let's get comfortable. He said, oh, yeah, it's cool. Go and get your license. And then when I gave him my license, he said, do you have any firearms in the car? Now, I know I'm in Maryland. I'm not in Pennsylvania.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pennsylvania, they can't ask that question.
Right.
Maryland, they can. I said, no, I don't have any firearms in the car. Done conversation. Took my license back. He came back, gave me a warning. He said, be careful because when you're speeding through here, the deers and stuff is out here. You might hit a deer.
Right.
I said, cool, officer. I'm going to go ahead and slow down. I'm just tired of trying to get home. Done.
Right.
He want to go home. I want to go home. Everybody got their wish that night.
The problem is, and I get it, we all both had different experiences, but you got some agitators out here on both sides. Like, I think I don't like the part where the officer comes up to the car and they want to stick the license through the crack of the window and be some old extra, you know what I'm saying? If you good, yo, drop the window, give him the license, make him, because now you stick that license through the window like that, what you got to hide?
What you hiding?
And everybody like, nah, yo, and it's like, is it us against them? And I don't fit, that's the way they make it look. And I get it that everybody has had bad experiences with police, but give at least everyone a chance that prove that they bad police. You feel what I'm saying? Give them that second. Like, if you're a bad coach and you in the NFL, they gonna give you at least 1 or 2 seasons before they prove you a bad coach. You feel what I'm saying? If you out here on the street, yo, if I come up on you and I tell everybody, I was like, look, man, I'm not here for the bull crap. If I pulled you over, it's legit. And I don't want to have to argue with you no more than you want to be dealing with me. Hey, this is what you did. You did this X, Y, Z. But you want to argue. There are courthouses for that.
Argue your case in court. Do not try to fight your case on the street. You will lose. And let's say the cop was totally in the wrong and you lose. Usually you lose your life. Your family gonna have some money. They're gonna sue. Cop probably not gonna go to jail. They'll find some technicality. They'll get away with that. Your family will get some money, but you're dead. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
let's focus on reality. Let's be real right here.
mm-hmm.
Most working people that go to work every day, pay bills, go home, want to be good about that, don't have issues with the police.
None. None.
To me, it's always the dude that want to be extra, or they done watch so many videos of people being fucked over, and I get it. Yo, let your experience be your experience. You know what I'm saying? If it's fucked up, get his badge number, get everything you need, and move forward.
Everything you need is gonna be on that ticket.
Everything you
Tell
need.
him to make sure he writes your ticket.
Listen, man.
Now here's
And
what you don't do. And I watched the movie because I never knew this was the case. And I don't know if this is the case everywhere. So if I'm wrong, drop a comment and let me know I'm wrong and it's not the same across the board. Once they turn on their lights, that camera starts recording.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't turn on their lights, if a cop pulls up to the side of you and tell you pull over,
It's not legit.
do not pull over. You are not obligated to pull over at that point. Until they turn on those lights, you are not obligated to pull your car over. I don't care if he's sitting there, he pull up on the side of your car, wave you over. If he's sitting on the side of the highway, pulled over, and he clocks you, and he waves you, no. If those
Not
lights don't
official
come
till the
on,
lights come on.
you are not obligated to pull over because until those lights come on, his camera's not recording.
We there. Let me just switch subjects real quick.
All right.
Everybody. I want to know the opinions of Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries. What's your opinion? What's your opinion of Hakeem Jeffries?
So Hakeem, I think he's a strong House member. He's definitely speaking up for the people. But is he making some mistakes? Yeah, he's definitely making some mistakes, but he's making mistakes based on what he feels like his constituents want. And that's another thing we got to understand. They're not speaking individually for everybody. As a coalition, the Democrats are speaking for the entire Democratic Party, yes. But everybody has to go back and answer to their constituents.
Right.
So if you don't want your senator, your representative to do something, pick up the phone, call. They get all of those phone calls. They are recorded phone calls. Send an email. They receive those emails. They have to go by what the mass in their area want them to do. If nobody sends them nothing, they're gonna do whatever they want.
Let me say this. I think the Democratic Party needs to change the guard.
Yeah, but I think that there's something to be said about there's always something to be said about experience.
Okay. AOC, how long she been there?
I don't think she's got 10 years in the house. I think she's in the house.
But we're in a place
If I'm
where
wrong, let me
we
know because I'm trying to speak
yeah,
truth.
we're trying to get facts here. So me, I like AOC.
I like AOC.
I like Jasmine Crockett, even though y'all women. I don't know what it is about y'all women not liking Jasmine Crockett being as butch as she is, but it's absolutely bananas. Because I've never seen black people jump on a female, smart female, on her own law firm and speak facts. I've never seen your people jump on. Anybody that doesn't fit y'all mold of what a politician should be, y'all not with. Y'all want this new dude out of South Carolina. I don't vote in South Carolina, but I like Jasmine Crockett. I like Al Green. Because they're not as scared to stand up and see what it is. Because guess what? You know who they are? They are grandparents. They stood on business. I don't need a dude that's gonna go in there and talk soft, you know what about us. Yeah, we gonna do this, let's move like that. You gotta put it in their face. And she's in y'all face and y'all don't like it.
So the only, and I don't have a problem with.
No, I'm not talking
I'm
AOC, Jasmine Crockett, Rafkin. There's a couple dudes I ride with. You know what I'm saying? And the Democratic Party as a whole, they want to expose the Republicans. They want to expose the Republicans. But when let's feel what I'm saying here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a wife that's going to express her opinion, and she's a black woman. She's not a black woman from the 60s and 70s.
She's a black woman too?
Yeah.
Last week I found out you was black and now your wife's black too?
Yeah. She was Puerto Rican before that. Orange juice. But so here's my thing. My wife is very boisterous. She's going to express her opinion. And a whole lot of like Nisha. I know Nisha's going to tell you what it is. But a lot of black men are so used to women they want to push the women into the background and don't let them, that if it messes their mind up. Oh, she shouldn't be talking that much, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I was like, she's a part of the action team, the critical response team. So when y'all see her on Facebook after an incident, she's a part of that team. They keep the information flowing to the public. And y'all think she's just out there. And yes, she said it right. She said, $5,000 for what? When eggs cost $200 a carton, what's $5,000 gonna do?
Like
people get it mixed up because people get into this mindset that everybody's like, oh, that Jasmine Crockett. I was like, they talking about she made $9 million. Yo, the chick had to give up her law firm to become a congressman. Yo, come on, let's be real.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? She got case. She said on the show, she said, I got cases pending now that I will resign because I can't collect my fee from the case.
Yeah. But now they hold her to that standard. But they're not holding themselves to that standard.
Right.
They hold her to that standard.
Right. Facts.
Look at the Supreme Court. These cats is getting luxury vacation kickbacks. And nobody's holding them to that standard. So
what you worried about her giving up her law firm?
If she getting her money on the side, get your money on the side, boy. I ain't even mad.
Listen.
I ain't even mad.
She knows the rules. She know how to play by them. Obama played by all y'all rules for 8 years. Y'all couldn't do nothing to him. Nothing. But this dude we got in the White House, 47, he breaking every rule imaginable to man. Because y'all think he's fine. Y'all think he's doing something. He's trying to send us to war. He done pissed off every country around.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about white men in Congress and black, especially black women, but blacks in general, but we're going to focus hard on the black women right now.
All right.
White men are allowed to skate the rules and get away with it. A black woman's got to play by every single rule that they lay out for her, or she will get kicked out.
Exactly. Listen.
Know the rules, know how to escape those rules.
To play the game, and I'm going to tell y'all like this, y'all might think I'm talking out the side of my neck. Obama, for 8 years, showed y'all how to play the game. State level, federal level. They could do nothing with him. The only difference was the House was a Republican House. That's the only difference. But you never jammed him up. But y'all want to talk about him in every different light. But guess what? The veterans lived good under him. He took care of the 911 people. Medicaid didn't get touched. He wasn't firing people. I bet you if he ran against Trump next time, y'all will vote for y'all. It'd be 100%. There'd be 2 votes for Trump. But y'all not seeing the big picture. Y'all see color. All y'all see is color. Not all y'all, But color's gonna be the downfall of a lot of people. Cause guess what? And I'm gonna say it to my man right here. In my career, and this is crazy, and I'm gonna say it, of working. And this side, the color thing gonna mess you up. I probably worked for more white men that treated me better than black men, and that's crazy. I'm gonna tell you that. But y'all won't get a black man a chance, or a black woman a chance to lead. And I will tell you that, because the fairness is in that, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because most black dudes or black women that got a position or title, they want you to kiss their ass to get up the chain. White dude come through, you on your point, yo, you my man, boom, 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 boom. Unless, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm the safe black dude, then I'll move up. But if I'm the black dude, I might not move up, but he ain't gonna do nothing to me because guess what? I work.
So, going back to Hakeem Jeffries, in reality, he has everything it would take to become president.
I don't know.
He does.
We gonna agree to disagree on this one.
I'm cool with that.
Because
now, that's not a fact. I don't know if that's true. That's my opinion. But he is articulate. He speaks of everybody getting along and joining together. He speaks the same tempo, the same tone as Barack Obama. And if, in my opinion, if everybody was to get behind him, see the reason that Kamala didn't get in,
she was a woman.
she was a woman. Like, I mean, because for some reason men are scared of women controlling things.
But they've been running households forever.
If you give them a chance, they might do better. So just take a shot. I mean, we give everybody else a chance. Give them a shot. They can't do worse than what's going on right now. I promise you. There is not a black woman who just got out of high school could probably do better than what's going on right now. Don't take much to do better.
And my friend, we in a whole shit show.
It does not take much to do better than what we got right now.
What we in right now is fucking everybody. I ain't changing my language about the situation. It is what the fuck it is.
And see, that's like everybody. Like I was watching a newscast, and they was talking about how Claudia Sheinbaum is handling Trump, and how the Prime Minister of Canada is handling Trump. Mm-hmm. See, Claudia Sheinbaum is making a whole lot of concessions. Hey, okay, I'm a rub your back a little bit. Okay, you're good, you're better. Okay, to get what she wants.
Right.
But everybody don't realize, and definitely what Trump didn't realize was Canada is in the middle of their election season as well.
Exactly.
So they're watching that man to see how he gonna handle it. And he's handling it like a champ.
Right.
They have gotten to the point where they're talking about barring Trump from traveling to Canada because he has felonies, which is a fact.
Let me read this out. Let me read it. Hold. Let me check something out here. Let me read y'all something. Let me read y'all something. In case y'all didn't know. All right.
Did you hear that France is talking about taking back the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah, that's funny as hell, ain't it?
Because we no longer embody liberty.
No, we don't
that
embody.
it was given
We
to
don't
us.
embody nothing. We just here. This dude is just being a tyrant.
Also, they're trying to put Trump's face on a bill.
What?
Yeah, they're
Man,
trying to make a $250 bill to put his face.
The
on.
whole country ain't gonna be worth $250. You let him go.
But here's the thing about that, and this is the fact that Congress will skate through by you if you don't know.
You don't pay attention.
You cannot put
Pay
someone's
attention.
face on any currency as long as they're living. Now, if somebody want to make him unalive, I mean that's their business, and
I'm not
we can
saying
start
that.
talking about putting his face on the bill. But as long as he's living,
I'm not
They can't do
saying
it.
that because I don't want anybody to take
I'm
that
not saying that they should.
as any
I'm not saying that I
form
would.
of.
I'm just saying if they want to go ahead and fast track his face onto a bill, that's how you do it.
So let me explain to y'all something. What countries don't allow convicted felons? Our president is a convicted felon. Argentina, Australia, ooh, Canada, China, Cuba, India, Iran. And who we beefing with? Iran, Israel, Japan, Kenya, Macau, New Zealand, South Africa. Imagine that, in Elon Musk country over there. Taiwan, United Kingdom. They almost don't let you in the United States. Ain't that a blinky look?
Oh wow, the United States is number 16.
But the United, but country.
So I
If they discover you a convicted felon, you can't go to Brazil, Cambodia, Chile, DR, Egypt, Ethiopia, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Ireland, Malaysia, Mexico, Morocco, Nepal, Peru, Philippines, Singapore, South Korea, Tanzania, Tunisia, Turkey, Ukraine. Oh, United Arab Emirates. And what's in the United Arab Emirates? Huh?
Oh,
Is that
what's his name?
Dubai?
Dubai. So I know for a fact Cameron and Dipset was turned around. They had a show in Canada in Toronto or Montreal, one or the other.
They're convicted felons.
And when they got there, the convicted fellas, they turned them straight back around and sent them back to the United States. So now they're talking about Trump shouldn't be allowed in Canada because he's a convicted felon. 34 felonies.
Hey,
And he's an adjudicated sex offender.
let me ask y'all cats out there in the world. And I know I'm in Baltimore City. I've done my job. I know a lot. Do you know anybody walking the street with 34 felonies?
No.
You know anybody? 34.
Oh, wait. Damn, our president.
I don't know anybody walking the streets with 34 felonies. It don't freaking happen. You barely get past 2. But yet, y'all I'm not saying all out, some of y'all out there think it's okay for a crook to run the country. Man, y'all voted the shadiest dude this side of the planet into office. And now y'all losing y'all minds. We sitting back like this, yo. This is like what we went through, my peoples went through back in 1888. Hold up, I ain't even gonna say that for 1923. Let's do that.
They, some people, entrusted the country with someone who has bankrupt 6 casinos. If anybody knows about a casino, the house always wins. You can't go bankrupt if the house always wins. Somehow or another, he bankrupt 6 casinos.
You know what the craziest thing I saw though? I was reading something on TikTok or Facebook, whatever. Dude said most businesses. Who was he? Most business versus free. I said, yo, every business. And he was like, I was like, when you try to rationale with some people, it don't work out.
Yeah, some arguments are not worth having.
But the fact that, dude, look, in case y'all didn't know, bankruptcy was, how can I say this? Redone, so we couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. I filed my bankruptcy right before it got redone. Trust me, I know.
We can't file bankruptcy. Trump done filed bankruptcy 900 million times. Like, that ain't facts. I'm just saying the fact. He did it a lot.
It's 6. It's 6.
He
But
did a lot of time. Let's be clear.
6 for somebody who started off with $400 million. How you gonna start off with $400 million and go bankrupt? 6 times.
I tell people like this now. If you want to hear the truth about Trump, listen to Robert De Niro. Because he had it all hang out. I was like, geez, Monetti. He told the truth to me. In my opinion, he told the truth. And I can have an opinion. Opinions like assholes. Everybody got one.
Usually full of shit, but I like your opinion though. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, and next week we're not gonna do politics. We'll find some other truths to give y'all. But right now, politics is just
It's so dominant.
It's biting my whole ass, and I'm sorry, but we gotta give it to you because you're not taking the time out to read. Okay, so a couple of things a little bit of homework for everybody. Everybody watching the show. Take a moment, grab a copy of the Constitution. You ain't gotta read the whole thing. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff in there. But read it. So you can understand your constitutional rights, because there is going to be a point where after they finish deporting all of the Mexicans, the South Americans, when they done deporting them, they're gonna start looking at you. So take a moment, learn your rights. I want everybody, if you have children that are over the age of 15, 16, they need to carry around ID with them. Because if you didn't hear about the El Salvadorian or Salvadorian people that they just deported.
Which one? One getting cancer treatment or
No, the one that they called, they claimed that there was a gang, a criminal organization or a gang or whatever.
And
called them terrorists
at this point
of the country.
Trump's government doesn't care who you are to deport you. They don't give you
And
birthright
they're not even
They're
deporting
not
them
even
back to their own country.
They don't even do the research on your background when they snatch you up. They just want you out of here because the czar, and it's hate. To me, it's hate. It's hate. We're all the only people that were here when we got here is the Indians.
Everybody after the Indians is birthright.
It's birthright. So
So
the homework is this. I challenge y'all. When you hear stuff on the internet, hold on, let me run it down. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Do your research. Hit Google. Google's gonna tell you if it's real or if it's fake. It's gonna fact check it. Stop. Just breathe it in. Breathe in the truth. Lies go 900 miles, the truth go 20.
just take the time out, read it for yourself. Do not take anything for face value. If you wake up tomorrow and they say somebody died, fact check them. Because how many times does social media kill somebody?
They kill it. Social media will kill you in a minute. TikTok and fucking Instagram will kill you in a minute. But the fact that you do not look for the answers to the question, making you as culpable as the next person. Because if you go to court and you testify, or you got paperwork you testify, it got to be factual. You will look real crazy.
All right, so next week we're gonna talk about, not next week.
Week after.
We off next week. Week after. So Monday after next, we're gonna talk to you about something other than politics. We'll leave politics where it is for the time being. We'll probably gonna have to circle back because somebody's gonna do something else stupid that we gotta talk about.
I'm not even gonna lie. Probably by next Monday, by the time we get back on here, there'll be some stupid stuff we need to talk about. We need to clear up, and we need to talk about. I just want everybody to know. And about the pardon stuff, they'll get there. He can't do it. It is what it is. The law says it. But you know, with him circumventing Congress, we'll see how it all plays out. But it's all up.
And stay tuned. Look out for the Truth Facebook group.
The True Favorite Book. And we got,
So we can actually put truth where you can find this. Is y'all don't want to look.
We're
for
gonna
it.
start dropping
We gonna-
links on.
We gonna start finding the truth for you
And dropping
dropping it in there. So look for the truth. The New Minority Facebook group, so everybody can get on there. We can all talk truth. We can dispel some myths. We can break all of this up. But we'll keep y'all apprised of that once it gets on there.
L Spot.
Oh, tomorrow. It's gonna be on. Are you gonna be on your page or?
I don't know, but the L Spot will be on tomorrow where we talk. We lighten it. We lighten up the. It won't
Lighten
be
the mood a
about that.
little
We
bit.
lighten the mood. We
We talk
talk
about,
relationships.
you know.
We talk everything. We get funny.
And then
we got my man Mitch, Money Making Mitch. He got his podcast. Google his name, he'll pop up.
And then Wednesday, Love, Sex, and Society. Check
The
it
Threesome
out.
Show. Formerly known as the Threesome
yeah.
Show.
Check it out on YouTube. You know, pop in, talk your shit. Cause I'm gonna talk mine. That's my time to talk my shit. But yeah, holla at us. You know.
In the meantime, keep your head up, stay focused. Remember, in this world right now, the focus is the focus. Pay attention. Because every time you go to sleep and wake up, there's something new to happen.
In the meantime, in between time, be easy, people. We holla at y'all later.
I want the truth. You can't can't handle the truth. Truth. Truth.